Good Sunday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Middle Tennessee State University for the TCCAA final day of the showcase. First game will feature the Pioneers of Volunteer State versus the Chargers of Columbia State. So the umpires have come onto the field. It's also a training day for the umpires as well. This is Tim Reese for the Vol State Sports Network. We're broadcasting on YouTube and on Twitter today. Thanks for joining us. For whoever you're rooting for, the Pioneers or the Chargers, it's good to be back watching some baseball. Last time the Pioneers played was a week ago. Another doubleheader showcase up in Illinois at John A. Logan Community College and at Marion Stadium, or Mountain Dew Park in Marion, Illinois. Let's get to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the visitors today, the Pioneers. Leading off playing center field, Reggie Cooper. Batting second, playing right field today is Drew Webster. Playing third base and batting third is Landon Luderman. Hitting cleanup at first base, Brody Melton. Cannon Lewis, the DH, he will bat fifth. Gage Hoover in the left field, getting the start today. He will hit sixth. Tyler Holsworth, the extra hitter, will bat seventh. Corbin Overbay at second base, batting eighth. Batting ninth, Drew Plummer at shortstop, and Lex Falsoni, freshman catcher, will bat 10th. And he will catch Caleb Pica, sophomore out of Nashville Overton High School, 6'7" left-hander, exercise science major, the son of John and April Pica, who I saw last Sunday up in Carterville. Both sets of family grandparents are from Illinois. Fairbury and P. Sodom, I believe, is how Papa and Grandma pronounced it. Also Papa and Grandma in Fairbury, Illinois might be listening in and watching today as their grandson is on the hill probably for 2 innings. And he will face the starting lineup of the Chargers. It goes like this. Leading off playing third base, Charlie Davis. Batting second, the left fielder, Blake Merwin. Jackson Diamond at second base. He'll hit third, Bo Culver. Cleanup hitter playing first base. DH Gaddis Henley will bat fifth. Abner Rodriguez batting sixth and will be behind the plate. Braxton Baird, the shortstop, batting seventh. Right fielder Jackson Riedling will hit eighth. Tyler Jenkins, center fielder, batting ninth and on the mound, sophomore Cole O'Brien, 6'2", 195-pound right-hander from Decatur, Alabama. As the Chargers are taking the field, we'll get started a little bit early here, so hope you've either gone to church or saw your service online. I didn't get a chance to do either one, but did get a few chapters read in the book of John that I'm working with 10 players with the Pioneers in a discipleship group. We meet once a month or once a week. We hit the Chick-fil-A of Chick-fil-A of Gallatin Friday and Saturday morning. Gage Hoover getting the start in left field today because of a pretty scary incident that occurred this past week up at Vol State. Stephen Bell, a sophomore transfer, injured, and he will be out for a little while. Time will tell as to how quickly he recovers, but he was in the hospital overnight after being hit in the neck with a pickoff throw from the mound to second base. Seen him Wednesday and then yesterday, and he looks good. He's recovering well, so prayers to Stephen Bell. I'm not sure if he's here at Reese Smith Field at Middle Tennessee Stadium or Middle Tennessee State University or not, but if not, maybe he's listening in. Stephen, we're praying for you, buddy. Cole O'Brien getting his warm-up tosses. Beautiful day here today, 73 degrees and sunny. Crowd consists a lot of coaches, as this is a showcase, as well as those in the TCCAA conference that will be scouting. All 10 teams have or will play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Motlow State coming in to play the Pioneers in Game 2 today, and then they'll play a game against the Columbia State Chargers as the last game of the day. Getting started early. Game time scheduled for 10 o'clock. First pitch from O'Brien is over the head of Reggie Cooper. And we are underway. Cooper, a transfer from Cleveland State, swings at the next pitch. Pops out of the glove of Abner Rodriguez. Again, goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Cooper played in 6 games thus far of the 8 that the Pioneers have played in the fall. Hitting .308. Has a couple of doubles. Smacks that one high and foul. Toward a building over there. It might be where the athletic department is located. Chris Massaro, the AD here at MTSU. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Pioneer center fielder leading off. Breaking pitch misses down. So game time 9:56 a.m. by my watch, 73 degrees. Fastball catches the outside corner, says our home plate umpire. Reggie Cooper did not agree, but that's a backward K in the book and a good start for Cole O'Brien, who a year ago appeared in 12 games, started 7, had a 5-3 record for Columbia State. As he faces Drew Webster with 1 out and nobody on. Breaking pitch in the dirt. And we actually do have dirt. All natural surface. I say all. The area that's behind home plate is a artificial turf area, but main playing surfaces, grass and dirt. O'Brien delivers, swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup to Webster. Drew's played in 7 games, hitting .316. He also has a couple of doubles. Normally playing left field this fall. Can also get behind the plate if need be, but playing right field, where Stephen Bell has gotten the start in these games. Webster, a sophomore from Christ Presbyterian, swing and a miss at another breaking pitch. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blake Merwin in left, Tyler Jenkins in center, Jackson Riedling in right, Charlie Davis at third base, Braxton Barrett at short, Jackson Diamond second base, Bo Culver at first, Abner Rodriguez catching Cole O'Brien, just getting started in the top of the first inning. Another swing and a miss and another breaking pitch. O'Brien has 2 strikeouts to start his half of the first inning. He pitched 45 innings in the spring of 23, gave up 56 hits, but struck out 45 batters. Did a hit 9, had a 6.35 ERA. He will face Landon Luderman, third baseman from Knoxville, Tennessee. Swing and a miss. field mic on for the first time today. Down goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful facility here at Middle Tennessee State University. It's been several years since I've been here. And great press box. Strike called. That might have been a little bit high and outside, but 4 umpire crew here today. As I said, they're getting training as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That bounced just a little past the grass area between the mound and home plate. Reggie Cooper and Drew Webster struck out to start the top of the first. 330 down the lines, 365 in the alleys, 395 to dead center, and Cole O'Brien has struck out the side. We will go to the bottom of the first inning. Caleb Pica will get on the mound for the Pioneers. Tim Reese back at MTSU Reese Smith Field, right next to the football stadium. All their sports stadiums packed right in here. Soccer field nearby, as well as the football practice field here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, about 45 minutes east of Nashville. Today, Tennessee Titans taking on the Cincinnati Bengals at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Caleb Pica, 6'7", on the mound for the Pioneers. Pica has pitched in 4 games this fall. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 4, struck out 11. First pitch swinging, Charlie Davis fouls that one off. Davis hit .398 in 38 games last year for the Chargers. He is a sophomore from Paris, Tennessee, Henry County. Pops that one up into center field right away. Reggie Cooper with the glove up to shield the sun, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. First ball put in play here in this ball game. But an out just the same. Next to the plate will be number 24, Blake Merwin, a redshirt sophomore. Transferred over a year ago from Jackson State. He's from right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Riverdale High School. Was injured last year and ended up getting a medical red shirt. So said head coach Desi Ammons. alum of Belmont University. Breaking pitch that Merwin could not hold up on. Oh, home plate umpire didn't call the swing. Then checked down to the third base umpire, and he said yes, he did. The only one who missed that one might have been the home plate umpire. 1-1 pitch to Merwin. This is down. Merwin's played in the Ohio Valley League the last couple of years. I've seen him play. There's another called strike. I believe he played with the Whirlybirds this last year. Breaking pitch is tapped toward first base. Brody Melton will snag it on the second hop and touch the bag for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Fly ball in the infield. Brody Melton will come in, and as he starts heading up to the mound, will make the catch. A quick inning for Caleb Pica. Didn't strike out a batter, but probably about 6 pitches. No runs, no hits, no errors. We are headed to the second. You're listening to the Ball State Sports Network. Move to the top of the second inning. Pioneers send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate. Face Cole O'Brien. Pioneers are going to see if they can put one in play here in inning number 2. O'Brien struck out all 3 batters that he faced. And we already have a change in the umpiring. Was a new umpire behind the plate. I don't have names of any of the umpires. Probably know a few of them, but they're not why we are here. There's a ground ball by Brody Melton on the first pitch, and it's dropped by Braxton Baird, but he picks it up and throws Melton out at first base. So a good recovery by Braxton Baird. Another right-handed hitter, Cannon Lewis, steps to the plate, hitting .429 this fall. 5 games of action, 2 doubles and a home run. Transfer from Roane State Community College. Breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. Cole O'Brien must enjoy pitching in the morning. He is in command. Seen a fastball and a breaking pitch, and I believe a changeup. That one's bit high. Cannon Lewis from Beach High School, Hendersonville in Sumner County, not too far away from Vol State. Redshirt sophomore. Looks at a fastball in the outside corner, and O'Brien had 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Lewis, who is the DH today, plays first base as well. Strong young man. does not go after that breaking pitch. 6 foot, 215-pound redshirt sophomore, son of Ryan and Daphne Lewis, brother to JC and Mason. That one's fouled straight back to us. MGM Industries foul ball, thanks to Joe Gaskins and one of his son-in-laws, Vice President Patrick Stewart over at MGM Industries, for their support of Pioneer baseball, placing the windows in the press box almost a year ago. 2-2 pitch, another breaking pitch. That brings us to our first full count, Ministries full count. Big celebration banquet this past Tuesday. About 15 of the Pioneer players attended. Get to hear all that Full Count Ministries had to celebrate this year. Outside fastball gets close enough to whisper at that outside corner, and Ken Lewis didn't think that was going to be called a strike, but I believe the umpire that was there in the first inning would have called it as well. So that's 4 strikeouts for O'Brien and brings Gage Hoover, freshman outfielder, to the plate. It's a very similar located pitch there, not called a strike. Hoover, a freshman from Stewart's Creek, swings and misses. 6 foot, 200-pound freshman from Smyrna, Tennessee. Speaking of Stewart's Creek, I believe I saw Michael Franklin here. Another Creeker who has been a part of the Vol State Pioneer program for a while. That one's fouled off to the Chargers dugout, and Hudson Miles from Good Pasture, number 3, hops out of the dugout to get that foul ball. A former Team Reese member of the Full Count High School Fall League. .55-foot breaking pitch, blocked by Rodriguez. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hoover in 5 games this fall, hitting .417. He has a double. Son of Mike and Angie Hoover, is also the brother to Michael. There's a Pap and Grandma Homer in Pittsburgh, and another Pap and Grandma Hopper in Pittsburgh, and he swings and misses. So 6 up and 6 down for Cole O'Brien. That should impress some of the 4-year coaches that are here to see who they might be able to pick up for next year. We're headed to the bottom of the second. No score. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at MTSU for the TCCAA Showcase Game 1 of a triple header today. Pioneers playing the Columbia State Chargers here in Game 1. Vol State will play Motlow State in Game 2, and then Columbia State and Motlow State will finish up the action in a 3-day showcase. Caleb Pica back out on the mound for the Pioneers. He will face 4, 5, and 6. And the Chargers line up, and looks like they have Chargers have rebuilt at first base with another good-sized first baseman. Bo Culver in the cleanup spot, a redshirt freshman, taking the spot of Abbott Lawrence. He cracks that one into left field for a leadoff single. Hoover up with it. Gets it back into the infield, and it's the first hit of the ball game by Bo Culver from Somerville, Tennessee. Fayette Academy, 6'2", 240-pound redshirt freshman. Gaddis Henley will step to the plate. He's the DH. He's a sophomore. Pika delivers. There's a pitch just a little bit high to Henley, who got in 16 games a year ago with Columbia State, hit 176. Head coach Desi Ammons at third base, and assistant coach Pat Barrett in his first year, just been on the job 2 months today, he told me. Coaching down at first base. Pika, after that single, is a little trouble finding the strike zone here. 3 balls and no strikes. Gage Hoover in left, Reggie Cooper in center, and Drew Webster in right. And that 4-pitch walk to Gaddis Henley puts runners at first and second. Landon Luderman at third, Drew Plummer at short, Corbin Overbay at second, Brody Melton at first, and Lex Falsoni behind the plate. Caleb Pika, a little bit of hot water here in the bottom of the second with 2 on and nobody out. Abner Rodriguez to the plate. Rodriguez, a sophomore from Puerto Rico, 5'9", 170 pounds. He's in his second year with Columbia State. The pitch bounced to the plate, and Lex Falsoni from Stewart's Creek as well blocked that one up. Rodriguez hit 261 in 44 games in the spring. Fouled off to the right side, another MGM Industries foul ball. Very thankful for the sponsors and supporters of Vol State baseball, including MGM Industries, Right Rug Flooring, Summit Concrete, Framework Athletics, Full Count Ministries, Dudette Communications, Jersey Mike's, another MGM Industries foul ball. Line to line at Game Time Sports Field. And of course, Toyota of Gallatin has provided scoreboards for both baseball and softball, and yet to come are new scoreboards in the Pickle Fieldhouse for basketball. Pika was looking in for the sign and stepped off the rubber. That's his one disengagement for this batter. If you're new to college baseball, you can step off and throw to a base as many times as you want. You just can't step off and not throw. Hatton's put in play. Shallow right field. Drew Webster will come in. Can of corn, as Miss Judy Thomas would say. Out number 1, Miss Judy, the wife of former Vol State coach Kenny Thomas, and Miss Judy just passed away 3 weeks ago, just a little over 3 weeks ago, and still thinking about KT and his family in that loss. Braxton Baird steps in, swinging from the left side. Fouls that one off. That will hit the screen and stay in an area that Desi Ammons can retrieve it. At $9 a baseball, $100 a dozen. Those netting behind home plate can save a lot of money. Baird from right here in Murfreesboro went to Siegel High School. He squares the bunt, and he will take a breaking pitch called strike. Baird is very fast. He would have been bunting for a hit there if he would have stayed on that ball. Luderman playing just now he's moved in a little bit, even though there's 2 strikes on the batter. Plummer behind the runner at second. Another foul off to the left side. Back at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex, there's a tree line that goes down the right side behind the first base dugout and down past the right field bullpen, trying to get cleaned up so that pitchers have a little easier time finding baseballs fouled off to the right side. The 0-2 pitch. Baird just gets enough of that one to stay alive in the at-bat. On deck, Jackson Riedling. Baird, I believe he started his college career at the University of Memphis. My memory is correct. He's down there with Sam Slaughter, who's now at Belmont, and several other guys who have now finished, I believe, as he swings at a breaking pitch. First strikeout for Pica, and he now has 2 outs with the 2 on. Bo Culver reached on a single to left field. Gaddis Henley drew a 4-pitch walk. After a pop-up and a strikeout, Jackson Riedling swinging from the left side. He's a sophomore. Must have transferred. I didn't remember and don't see him on the stats as that fastball buzzes the tower. Does not show that he transferred, where he transferred from, but it shows he's a sophomore on the roster, and he's from Franklin, Tennessee Independence High School. Same high school that produced Logan Molnar on the Vol State roster. 1-0 pitch, breaking pitch, apparently stays high. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes with 2 out and 2 on here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They do have a radar gun here. It showed that last pitch at 73 miles an hour. Fastball misses up. Been calling it the Reese Smith baseball field. It's the Reese Smith Jr. baseball field. I believe it's been in this same spot maybe forever. At least it was 40 years ago when I played at Belmont. And there's another 4-pitch walk. Brings up 9-hole hitter Tyler Jenkins, a freshman, also out of Independence. 2 walks in the inning, a single and a strikeout. Bases are now loaded. Leadoff batter Charlie Davis on deck. Pico wants to get Jenkins here and not have to face Charlie Davis. There's a fastball that's fouled down toward the bullpen. Chuck Akers, who played baseball here at MTSU, who has sponsored our call to the bullpens the last couple of years. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Not sure if Chuck's here or not. Come see his former coach, Jim McGuire, who coached right here for 26 years. There's a foul ball straight back, and Pica gets ahead 0-2. Down the right field line, I see the number 25, Steve Peterson, longtime coach. His jersey retired. Peterson, not sure all where he coached, but I know he coached at Roane State Community College. Another foul ball off the screen. It was in 1979, July. He recruited me coming down out of the Midland organization playing a baseball tournament in Nashville, Tennessee, but ended up at Belmont for Coach Dave Witten. Swing and a miss, and Pika gets the strikeout and gets out of the inning without giving up any runs. It does give up a hit and walks 2 batters. Leaves 3 on base, and that'll be it for Caleb Pika. He'll face 9 batters, give up 1 hit, walk 2, strike out 2. Pretty good outing for Caleb. He would tell you he should have done a little bit better, but congratulations to that young man who is being courted now by several schools in the area and outside the area as well. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. First Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Columbia State Chargers left-hander Dylan Kazee on in relief of Cole O'Brien. K-A-Z-E-E. Sophomore, 5'11", 195 pounds, from Clarksville, Rossview High School. And he will face 7, 8, and 9. Pioneers are hitting 10 in the lineup, and they are hoping to get at least number 10 to the plate. So we head to the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch to Tyler Holsworth. Our extra hitter today is outside the zone. Lefty Kazee put everything into that pitch and misses down and in. Had 5 appearances a year ago. We've gone 3 balls and no strikes. Dylan was 0-1, had 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs that were earned, walked 5, and struck out 3. And 4 straight to Tyler Holsworth, who has 4 official plate appearances this year, but he's now walked 5 times and been hit 3 times. His on-base average is even higher than his batting average. 909. Guess he's only not gotten on once. And is the leadoff batter as Corbin Overbay looks at ball 5 from Dylan. I believe it's Kazee. Casey, it could be Casey. Desi Ammons told me, and I did not write down the pronunciation, so I apologize if his family is listening in and I'm butchering it. Overbay looks at another pitch on the inside corner, and we have a new catcher behind the plate now. That's not Abner Rodriguez. Let me see if I can. Looks like a 3 and a 0, and it's going to be Wyatt Heidel, who's now behind the plate. Try to keep up with any changes. I don't know that Rodriguez got hurt. That is not him behind the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. With Holsworth at first, and Overbay swings it The next pitch hits it into shallow right center field, and right fielder Jackson Riedling will make the catch. Overbay from Sevier County High School, Sevierville, Tennessee. Stepping to the plate, Drew Plummer from Summit High School, sophomore for the Pioneers. Did not get in a game last year, so he's redshirted. Drew can play a lot of different positions. Currently is handling the shortstop duties as Holsworth goes. Throw down to second base. The pitch is a ball, and Holsworth slides in head first with a stolen base. Plummer hitting .357 in 7 games this fall, a double and a triple. 5'11", 165-pound utility man, general studies major at Vol State. Son of Bobby Plummer and Stacy Plummer. He's looking at a 3-ball, no strike count. Dylan K, I'll just call him. Struggling getting the ball over the plate. The only strike he's had is the ball that Corbin Overbay hit out to right field. There's another 4-pitch walk. Puts runners at first and second. Lex Falsoni, true freshman from Stewart's Creek High School, stepping to the plate. Hitting .273 in 5 games. Nice shade right now for the folks sitting in the stands. Beautiful facility here on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro. That one goes to the backstop. Both runners will move up on the wild pitch. Special rules here for the showcase. I believe it's a 25-pitch limit per inning. You won't see any pitching changes unless somebody gets injured. I'm going to move the action along so there won't be any prolonged innings. If it's not a run rule necessarily, it's just a pitch limit. There's a strike called on the inside corner. So we've had 8, 11, probably 13, 15 pitches already. So you could throw 25 pitches and not give up a run, I guess. Don't want a whole lot of foul balls, I know that. There's a swing and a miss by Falsoni. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nothing to nothing here. We're through 2 innings. Second pitcher on the mound for Columbia State, located in Columbia, Tennessee. Of course, the Pioneers located in Gallatin, Tennessee. That one's popped up. That should get out of play into these stands, and a young lady is, good thing she got up and got out of the way. She would have been drilled. She was looking up and pointing, and glad she moved. That hit right where she was sitting. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pioneer catcher on deck, Reggie Cooper. Coach McGuire coaching down to third base. Shane Kemp at first. There's a swing and a miss on a slider. Down goes Falsoni on strikes. Now 2 outs. Reggie Cooper get a chance to drive in first runs of the ball game. If you care to, you can send in a chat on the YouTube link. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Vol State Sports Network. That's next time that we get on the air. Slider, strike. A slider or a cut fastball in there. Next time we go live will be on October 7th down in Millington, Tennessee. Let's see, Brian walking in. Former Walter State catcher, now over at Trevecca. Coming to talk to his old coach, Dave Shelton. Sitting right in front of the box where I'm broadcasting from. Jackson Bryan is former Beach High School player. Reggie Cooper looking for the first hit of the ball game for the Vol State. He will look at strike 2 instead. Struck out looking in the first. Cooper, 6'2", 195 pounds. Another creeker from Stewart's Creek High School. And he swings and misses. Dylan Kay gets out of the jam with back-to-back strikeouts after giving up 2 walks and leaves 2 runners on base. Still no score. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Trent Miller, freshman, on in relief of Caleb Pica. Miller, 6'4", 235-pound freshman from Greenbrier, Tennessee. Greenbrier High School, son of Bill and Treva Miller, and brother to Presley and Kendall. There's a mama and a nanny. Not sure where they're from, though. He didn't give me that intel. Trent Miller normally has only gone 1 inning in these games. See if he is going to be stretched to 2 innings here today. He will face the top of the Columbia State lineup. Trent in 4 games has gone 3 innings pitched. He's not given up a hit yet. 4 runs, 2 were earned, walked 3, struck out 5, has hit a batter. 6.00 ERA with a tall freshman right-hander. And that one is hit out in the left center field. Reggie Cooper is going back, and he won't get to this one. It one hops off the warning track. Charlie Davis goes to left center field for the first extra base hit of the ball game. Second hit for the Chargers. He hit .398 a year ago. So I said Kazee right the first time. I'm going to go with Kazee then. Somebody's chimed in on the chat. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. So I appreciate you with the information. Blake Merwin steps in, and he hits one into the left center field gap. That'll drive in the first run of the ball game. Gage Hoover up with it. He will get it in to throw as high. Draws Corbin Overbay off the bag. Great bit of base running there by Blake Merwin as he saw the throw was going to be wide. So I'm not a professionally trained scorekeeper, but I would say that's a single. An RBI, and he moves to second base on an errant throw because he was not going until the throw came in. So both Davis and Merwin swing at the first pitch that they see off of Trent Miller. Now Jackson Diamond steps in. He popped out to Brody Melton to end the first inning. The fastball catches the outside corner. So both left-handed hitters, Davis and Merwin, go opposite way off of Trent Miller. Davis hit one to about 380 in left center field. Right about the Kroger sign out in left center field. There's a base hit in the right field. One hop, Drew Webster up with it, and he gets it in quickly and keeps Merwin at third. And Columbia State has runners at the corners. All opposite field hitting. Back-to-back-to-back hits for the Chargers. Parker White getting loose in the Vol State bullpen. Runner goes, throw down to second, and the runner stops. And they'll just run him back to first base. Pitch is a strike. Falsone threw, just came straight up out of his crouch and threw down to second base, but Drew Plummer looked like he was cutting that one off all the way. Bo Culver, who singled in the second, could not check his swing. Got a ball up on the scoreboard, but I believe he went around. I'm going to keep a strike on my scoreboard. Another throw over to first base. Diamond back in time. Diamond does not go, and the pitch misses down. And apparently he did not call that first one a strike. Put up what I think was a 2-0 swing and a miss there, and we'll put the strike back up there. 2 balls and a strike. To Bo Culver with runners at the corners, 1 run in, 3 straight hits as Trent Miller is trying to find an out. And looking, strikeout would be exactly what he wants. Gaddis Henley standing on the deck. Miller's stretch and a breaking pitch just stayed inside. Full count, Ministries full count to Bo Culver, the first baseman. Red shirt freshman. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw down to second base, and the ball is not caught by Falsoni as the return throw from Plummer. Could not be handled. Stolen base and another run for Columbia State on a successful double steal. One out, runner at second. Had another base hit in the right field. That one hop, and Drew Webster will come up again and throw to Brody Melton. Well, the same situation that we just had. Runners at first and third, but this time with one out. Henley didn't wait for 4 pitches that time. Got a 4-pitch walk, and now he's got a 1-pitch single, and that's 4 hits in the inning for Columbia State off of freshman Trent Miller. I believe this is going to be Wyatt Heidel in for Abner Rodriguez. Didn't see the number as he was walking up. It is not number 14 on their roster, Abner Rodriguez, so he must be letting him hit, and he's sorry he did. He gets hit with that pitch. That loads the bases. Not sure how many pitches that is so far for Trent Miller. He's got to be getting close to 20 at least. Although the first 2 hit the first pitches that they saw. Now Braxton Baird will step in. So Desi Ammons must be getting his catchers both some work, but Abner Rodriguez hitting in his spot. Baird, who struck out his first plate appearance, grounds one right up the middle. That'll drive in 1, and here comes the second 2-run score on the base hit by Braxton Baird. Trent Miller having a tough outing here. Jackson Diamond scores, and Gaddis Henley 4 runs in the inning, 5 hits. Jackson Riedling steps in. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. Riedling, the 8-hole hitter for Coach Desi Ammons in his first full season as the official head coach. Last year, the interim head coach. A check swing that Landon Luderman will make a diving play on in foul territory for out number 2. Nice play by Luderman just outside of your viewing area. Go ahead and put a yellow star by that one, but wasn't the most difficult play for Landon probably, but he did need to leave his feet. Tyler Jenkins, who struck out to end the second, steps up, and he squares around the bunt, pulls the bat back, and the pitch is called a strike. Four runs in here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 outs, 2 on. Miller's fastball hits 89 on the stadium gun. not up on the scoreboard, but there it is. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner hops off of second base. Miller gives another look, and then that a third. Breaking pitch misses out. Pioneers have the back-to-back games today here on the Sunday, third day of the TCCAA showcase. I'm going to guess this will be the last batter that appears in this inning. He is the 9th batter to come to the plate in a 25-pitch limit. Not sure where Miller is, but a 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and we'll have a full count, Ministries full count, with runners at first and second. Tyler Jenkins, true freshman from Independence High School. Charlie Davis, who led off the inning with a double, standing on deck. And I'm going to guess he will not bat here in this inning. Miller steps off. Jenkins steps out. Runners go, and the ball is hit out to center field, but Reggie Cooper will range over to his right to make the catch for the third out. But Trent Miller with a tough outing, gives up 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Leaves 2 runners on base. I would assume that will be the only inning that Trent pitches. We're going to head to the top of the 4th inning, see if the Pioneers can get some sticks going. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese at MTSU for the TCCAA showcase on the Vol State Sports Network. Thanks for joining me on YouTube and Twitter. I don't know Twitter as well as I can see the information on YouTube. Looks like about 35 of you on YouTube. If you're a Vol State Pioneer fan, please hit the subscribe button. Dylan Kazee out on the mound for inning number 2. Gets one to the backstop. Wyatt Heidel still behind the plate catching Dylan. Drew Webster swings at that pitch. Comes up empty. He struck out in the first inning. Pioneers looking for their first hit of the ball game. And blanked by Cole O'Brien and Dylan Kazee. I think that's the way I said it the first time. goes 2 balls and 2 strikes to Webster. 6'2", 190 pounds, son of Rustin and Gail Webster, brother to Jacob and Hannah. And one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I call him Coach, but Coach Webster just went down on strikes on a nice breaking pitch there by Kazee. He's got 3 strikeouts now. They have been the last 3 batters that he's faced. Landon Luderman, who was a strikeout victim of Cole O'Brien's in the first inning, steps in. Luderman, a sophomore from Knoxville Catholic High School. A bit of an umpire balk there. He started to call that one a strike, it looked like from here, but he said no. 5'10", 190-pound third baseman can also get behind the plate, fouls that one off. MGM Industries foul ball. MGM Industries located in Hendersonville, Tennessee on Free Hill Road. Go to mgmindustries.com. Tell them thanks for being a Vol State baseball supporter. There's a line drive to the second baseman, Jackson Diamond, who ranges to his left to keep the Pioneers hitless. Luderman hit that one on the button, but Jackson Diamond able to get over, make the grab. Brody Melton steps in. He hit the first pitch he saw of Cole O'Brien toward Braxton Baird at shortstop. See if Brody goes after the first pitch again. He does not. Melton and Luderman in the spring shared some of the DH duties. That's a deep drive to left field, but it will hook foul. Let's see if it will hit the top of, it's probably the elevators over there at the football field, or at least stairs to get up into the stadium. Would have been deep enough, but it was not straight enough. Brody Melton, another one of the strong All-State players. 6'4", 205 pounds, economics major. Very proud to see Brody on Friday, as of course the Pioneer family is mourning the loss of President Orinthia Montague. Dr. Orinthia Montague passed away a week ago, a little over a week ago, unexpectedly. Strike called on the outside corner, and Melton will go down looking. 1-2-3 inning for Kazee, and I'm sure his day is finished. He finishes with 4 strikeouts, no hits, 2 walks in his 2 innings of work, no runs. So 9 strikeouts here in 4 innings of work by Columbia State. The Pioneers are being blanked 4-0. We'll come back for the bottom of the 4th on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called to the bullpen. Parker White on as the third pitcher for head coach Jim McGuire and the Pioneers. 6'1", 195-pound sophomore from Knoxville West High School, general studies major, the son of Paul White, who's probably here at the ballpark, and Kerry Myers, both of Knoxville. He has an older brother, Eli, and younger siblings, Tanner and Ellie. Hello to Owa and Tazewell, Tennessee. His grandmother. A year ago, Parker had a phenomenal year. It landed him on the second team all-conference as a starting pitcher. 13 appearances, 12 starts, 5-4 record, 51 innings pitched, 49 hits. Not a hard thrower, but gets out a 4.06 ERA. He will face the top of the order. Charlie Davis swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Another swing and a miss, and assume a high fastball at 83 miles an hour. As I said, doesn't throw hard, but sneaky. A good changeup, good breaking pitch. Almost got Davis to swing at 3 high ones. Charlie Davis from Henry County, where volunteer assistant coach Shane Kemp hails from, as that ball is fouled off just past the third base dugout. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. White probably will go 2 innings, and he gets one a little bit too close to Charlie Davis, who takes that one off the arm. So the second hit batter for Columbia State. That puts Charlie Davis on first. Blake Merwin stepping to the plate. Left fielder, he's 1 for 2. Third straight inning that the leadoff batter for Columbia State has reached. Caleb Pico went the first 2 innings. Retired the first 3 in the first, but then ran into a little trouble in the second, letting leadoff single and then a walk before getting 3 of the next 4 batters. She struck out Tyler Jenkins with the bases loaded in the second. 1 ball, 1 strike to Merwin, who lets that inside fastball go. Parker White looking for a ground ball to a middle infielder here for a do-dat double play. Thanks to Craig Sinnard over at Dudat Communications, where his support of All-State Baseball, providing signage for the TCCAA Conference Tournament in May, as well as the press box. 3 balls and a strike. Throw over to first base. Davis back in time. Charlie Davis. There's 2 Davises. There's Charlie Davis and Carter Davis. I believe Charlie's the one who got injured last year. Did not finish the year. An excellent player as he finished with a .398 batting average, 51 hits, 4 home runs, and 8 doubles. We have a Full Count Ministries full count to Blake Merwin. See if Davis is going on this pitch. Parker will throw over to first base, just in case Davis was going to go on the first pitch Had 21 stolen bases in 25 attempts. Good enough for third on the squad a year ago. Could Parker throw over 2 times in a row? He will not. And he will not go. There's a ground ball up the middle. Plummer steps on the bag, throws to first, and they do. Dak double play, just what the doctor ordered for Parker White. As Blake Merwin grounds into a 6-3 DP. Craig Senard's a baseball guy. His son Luke will be a junior at University of Indiana in his second year. Probably has a pretty good chance of getting drafted this year as he set the Indiana state record. Indiana, not state. University of Indiana record for most strikeouts in a season. He had about 134 last year. Craig Senard, very nice man, very generous man. What do you think? Dude at Communications. Pioneers having trouble hanging on to the baseball here this inning. Got a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Scoreboard now catching up. Down the outside corner. Whispered at it. Jackson Diamond's 1 for 2. Slow breaking pitch popped up on the right side. Brody Melton in foul territory will make the catch after giving up a leadoff hit by pitch. Did I not have the outs? I didn't have the outs on there. Well, that was 3 outs now as Parker faces the minimum in his first inning of work. Gets a foul pop-up. And the Chargers go down in the 4th. They lead 4-0. We head to the 5th. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Columbia State with their 3rd pitcher on the mound. Right-hander Eli Henderson takes over for Dylan Kazia. Goes 2 innings, gives up no hits, no runs, walks 2, strikes out 4. Henderson, a redshirt sophomore, 5'11", 185 pounds, from Bethpage, Tennessee. Went to Trousdale County High School. In the spring, he had 17 appearances, 1 start. 2-2 record, 4.46 ERA. Had a save in 38 innings of work. Only gave up 32 hits. Struck out 34. He will get 2 innings of work here. The 5th and 6th is what he is scheduled for. He will face 5, 6, and 7 in the Vol State lineup. Cannon Lewis, Gage Hoover, and Tyler Holsworth. So we head to the top of the 5th inning. Pioneers looking for their first hit of the ball game. First pitch swinging, Cannon Lewis fouls that one off. Lewis struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Just joining us, this is a showcase. A little bit different rules. We haven't really seen any example of that yet, but the only example you're probably seeing is rotation at umpiring, if you're noticing. Abner Rodriguez now back behind the plate. Looks like Wyatt Heidel caught Dylan Kazee. Rodriguez is going to catch Eli Henderson, so maybe they're just handling back and forth. Maybe Heidel will come in and catch the last pitcher, Thomas Langford. There's a ground ball to third. Charlie Davis up with it, and a errant throw, but Bo Culver comes off the base and tags Cannon Lewis for out number 1. It's the 13th out recorded by the Chargers, and only the 4th out that wasn't a strikeout. Gage Hoover also struck out in the second. Steps in, true freshman, swings in first pitch and fouls that one off. MGM Industries foul ball. If you're new to the Vol State broadcast, had a major upgrade to the press box at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Is another ground ball to third. Charlie Davis, another errant throw, and that pulls Culver off the base. I'm not sure if he stepped on first base, but there was a collision there. Charlie Davis had a little trouble throwing the ball over to first base. Gage Hoover ran into the back of Bo Culver. Our first base umpire called him out, but it couldn't have been on a tag. Tyler Holsworth steps in. Looks at a first pitch strike. He walked, stole second, reached third on a wild pitch, but was stranded there. And there's a first. No, a diving play in right field by, is that Jackson Riedling still? And the Pioneers still don't have a hit. What a play. Let's see if in fact that is 23. Jackson, shows 23. Can't be 23, that'd be Jackson Diamond. Jackson Riedling out there in right field. A nice diving catch. Stole a hit from Tyler Holsworth. And the Pioneers go down in order. Put a star by that one for Jackson Riedling. A nice diving catch. The Pioneers still no runs and no hits. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th. See what Parker White can do. We're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese and the Vol State Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Columbia State will send 4, 5, and 6 to face Parker White. On for his second inning of work. Bo Culver, who's 1 for 2, steps in. White misses down low with his first offering. These two teams in the 3-game series last year in believe it was April. Very, very cold weekend at Columbia State. Pioneers won game 1 17-9, lost game 2 6-4, and won the rubber game 7-1. At the end of the year, the Chargers finished 15-10 in conference play. It was good enough for 5th. And the Pioneers finished 14-13. Bo Culver tried to check a swing and could not hold up, so says the first base umpire. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball State finished 6th in the conference. They did not play each other in the conference tournament. Pioneers finished 4th in the state tournament in May. Full count Ministries, full count to Bo Culver, and that'll be ball 4. First walk given up by Parker White. He did hit the first batter that he faced, but got Blake Merwin to hit a ground ball double play right up the middle. It was tailor-made for Drew Plummer. Parker will look for another one off the bat at Gaddis Henley, who had a single into right field, scored one of the 4 runs. And Parker missing with that pitch. No change in the Pioneer defense. Long look at first. There's a fastball in there for a strike. With that new scoreboard, the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard back at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex on Ball State's campus, there is a area that will allow for miles per hour to be shown up on the scoreboard, and I believe Coach McGuire is going to have that installed. I think there's a piece of equipment that needs to be purchased. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gaddis Henley, who fouls that one off the mask of Lex Falsone. Falsone. I looked at that and thought that was Falsone all day long, but apparently his side of the family calls it Falsone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the designated hitter. Another one tapped foul to the screen of administrators that are sitting at tables right next to the Pioneer dugout. Gaddis Henley from Winchester, Tennessee, attended Franklin County High School. 5'11", 195-pound sophomore. Just missed outside. A pitch that might have been called a strike earlier today, but I haven't been counting how many different home plate umpires we've had. We might have had a new one every half inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and again, White looking for a ground ball, and instead he'll get another full count. Ministries at full count. He attended the Tuesday banquet, as did the 9 other full count 242 discipleship group members. 5 pitchers, 5 position players. Swing and a miss, and White gets Henley on strikes. It's Parker's first strikeout of the ball game. Abner Rodriguez will step in. 0 for 1, flew out to right field and was hit by a pitch. Early Sunday morning baseball here at MTSU. I think there was talk of changing the name of the Blue Raiders school to just University of Middle Tennessee several years ago, but as far as I know, that did not happen. As a line drive to right field, this is a little bit easier play for the right fielder, Drew Webster. He makes the catch on the soft liner for out number 2. Rodriguez has gone to right field twice. Nothing to show for it. Braxton Baird will step in. He singled and drove in the last 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Drove a ball right up the middle off of Trent Miller. Bo Culver walked on a full count pitch. Will draw the throw, but he's back in time, about 3 steps off the base. Does not appear to be a threat to run. .62", 240 pounds. He will stay, and Baird cannot hold up on that breaking pitch. A pinch hitter standing on deck, Sloan Mosley from Hohenwald, Tennessee, Lewis County High School. Looks like he'll pinch hit for Jackson Riedling if that gets up. There's a bunt back to the mound. Parker White, looks like he took a little bit too much time to do that turn. And that's the disadvantage of the left-handed pitcher. There's a bunt to his right. Braxton Baird with a bunt single. With 2 outs, 2 runners now on, and Sloan Mosley steps in. First pitch swinging, he drills one toward the Columbia State dugout. Hits something, maybe the top of the fence right away, and bounces out, so nobody hurt on that one. White looks back at second a couple times, and he will deliver a fastball outside. Mosley, 6'2", 195-pound freshman, getting his first appearance, or plate appearance. Pinch hitting for Jackson Riedling, who I believe was the one out in right field to make that spectacular catch off the line drive of Tyler Holsworth. Diving play. I'll assume that Mosley will go into right field. White a pitch away from getting out of the inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That fastball misses down. White led the Pioneers a year ago in wins with 5. Third on the team in innings pitched with 51. Country Cade McKee was number 1 there, and he gets the swing and a miss on the slow curve and strands 2 runners. Strikes out 2 in the inning, walks a batter, and gives up a hit. But a successful outing for Parker White, who goes 2 innings, gives up the 1 hit, no runs. Does walk a batter and strikes out 2 and hits a batter. Like Noah Eatman probably will come on for the Pioneers in the 6th, throw the 6th and the 7th, and Eli Henderson back out for the Chargers. We'll take a break. Be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Corbin Overbay, Drew Plummer, and Lex Falsoni due up for the Pioneers to face right-hander Eli Henderson on for his second inning of work. See first base coach Shane Kemp head on down to first base. Forgot his lid. Got to wear a helmet as a base coach. Went out there with his regular hat on to begin with. That's a hard-working volunteer assistant coach, Shane Kemp. Corbin Overbay looks at a strike. Again goes 1 ball, 1 strike. He swung at the first. Actually didn't. He swung at a 2-0 pitch and flew out to right field. We'll look at another strike on the outside corner. Henderson retired the 3 batters he's faced. 2 ground outs to third and a line drive to right field. That does not look like Mosley out and right. May still be Riedling. Breaking pitch misses low and outside. Well, full count, Ministries full count. Ground ball between Coach McGuire and the third base bag. Full count, first pitch, foul ball. That is, in fact, Jackson Riedling back out in right field. Henderson delivers another full count and just misses for ball 4. Only the third base runner for Fall State today, none by the stroke of the bat, all 3 on walks. Drew Plummer, who walked in the third, steps to the plate. Abner Rodriguez is still behind the plate. With the fall jerseys that the team wears, or most teams wear, they only have numbers on the back. Plummer fouls that one straight back. So you got to wait till they turn around before you can see their number. Outfielders, it's tough to do. Throw down to first base. Pitch called a ball, and Overbay back in time. Thomas Langford is scheduled to pitch the 7th inning for Columbia State. Block by Rodriguez, and Overbay will stay put. Count goes 3 balls and a strike to Drew Plummer, the redshirt freshman. Summit High School. Logan Molnar was the starting shortstop as a freshman a year ago. Pitch on the outside corner of another full count, Ministries full count. He is still injured from rehabbing his labrum surgery in May. Tyler Holsworth, who's also rehabbing, he is in and can hit, but another walk. Plummer draws 2 walks in his 2 plate appearances. Holsworth has been batting, but he has not been playing in the field in the fall games. So Holsworth probably going to be competing for a middle infield job when he fully recovers. Lex Falsoni gets a plate appearance here with 2 on and nobody out. Henderson, who was throwing strikes in his first inning of work in the 5th, struggling here, has gone full count to the first 2 batters. Now gets one in there on the outside corner. Falsoni struck out in the 3rd in this same situation. Although there was 1 out when he came to the plate. Another block by Rodriguez, and nobody advances. A couple catchers behind Falsone have been a little bit nicked up. Jacob Hyder probably will get the start in game 2 as Falsone swings through that fastball at 88 miles an hour. J.C. Menendez, who is yet to get any action, had a broken hammock bone. Not sure if he's even dressed now, but Falsone, 5'11", 210-pound true freshman from Smyrna, Tennessee. 2-ball, 2-strike count, and it'll be the 3rd straight full count Ministries full count. Congratulations to Team Eric. Eric Alexander just won the full count Fall League Championship on Thursday night. Another one of the great guys in the full count ministry. Strike 3 called to Falsone as Henderson gets the call on the outside corner. It's his first strikeout, and the first out here in the 6th inning. Just joining us, the Pioneers, still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Reggie Cooper will stand in. He's the leadoff batter, and he has a backward K in the book and a forward K. Struck out twice, came in hitting .308, and been in that leadoff spot. Somebody's going to have to beat him out of the center field spot, but and again, he's going to have to hit as well. As I tell these guys all the time, if you hit, they find a spot for you. You got to hit. Pioneers are struggling with the stick here in game 1. Columbia State's got some good pitching, though. 10 strikeouts for Vol State, not making Coach McGuire happy. That ball is smashed down the third base line, and it gets over the shoulder and glove of Charlie Davis. 1 run scores, and Cooper gets down to second base. A smash that, again, there's no official scorer here. I don't believe they're even keeping track of hits. They are not up on the board. So this official score, unofficial score, going to give Reggie Cooper his 3rd double of the fall and an RBI. And a Framework Athletics first run of the ball game for the Pioneers. So their first hit produces the first run. As the walk to Corbin Overbay comes back to haunt Eli Henderson. Drew Webster steps in and he gets a called strike. He's also got a forward and a backward K in the books. Looking to deliver here with 2 runners in scoring position. He had a big hit up in John A. Logan last Sunday. He hit a ball about as hard as you can hit it in the left center field. Taps one foul that Charlie Davis will backhand and throw to Eli Henderson. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Landon Luderman stands on deck. Corbin Overbay, Drew Plummer, Drew walks to begin the 6th inning. And a hard hit ball by Reggie Cooper that goes over the left shoulder of Charlie Davis down there at third base. A step off and a throw over to third base to Charlie Davis. I don't know how that can count as an actual attempted pickoff. Charlie Davis wasn't even going toward the third base bag, but not sure what the actual parameters are for that. Changeup looked like that came inside to Webster. DW. He fists one line toward first baseman, and they will double off Reggie Cooper at second base to end the inning. Drew Webster got handcuffed and hit that one right to first baseman Bo Culver. He had a little trouble getting it out of his glove, but ends up throwing to shortstop Braxton Baird to just nip Reggie Cooper at second base. Pioneers get their first run and their first hit here in the top of the sixth inning, leave a runner on base. So get on the board, as you say. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. New pitcher, another full count D group member, Noah Eatman, will come on to face the Chargers. We'll take a break on the Ball State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at MTSU for game one of today's doubleheader, where the Pioneers will face Columbia State here in game one and Motlow State in game two. And we have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Noah Eatman, 6'1", 205-pound sophomore from Parrish, Florida, on as the fourth pitcher of the game one. He'll face 9, 10, and 1 in the Chargers lineup. First pitch is a breaking pitch down. Well, a pinch hitter here for Tyler Jenkins. That one's fouled off. Austin Schrengost. There's your good name. 6'5", 225 pounds. Eatman gets the call on the outside corner. Count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schrengost. Common spelling of Schrengost. I don't think it's ghost. If you're of the Schrengost family, I'm going to go with Schrengost until somebody tells me otherwise. Hello to Ileana Menendez, who has sent in a chat on YouTube channel. Another foul ball off to the right side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schrengost is hitting for Tyler Jenkins, who goes 0 for 2. He was the center fielder. He may go back out. To center field. There's a swing and a miss, and Eatman tires the first batter that he faces here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Charlie Davis steps in for his 4th appearance. Looks at the first pitch. It's called a strike on the outside corner. He is 1 for 2 with a double, a run scored, and was also hit by a pitch. Eatman, the son of Dave and Monique Eatman. Popped out of play. Noah gets ahead 0-2 to the leadoff batter and third baseman for Columbia State. Noah, in the spring of 23 in his freshman campaign, 14 appearances, 1 start, a 3-1 record, had 1 save, 28 innings of work, gave up 28 hits, struck out 27 as a choke and a poke by Davis. The young Desi Ammons gave a token effort down at third base. Breaking pitch, Davis able to hold up. Noah had a 3.86 ERA. Had an excellent freshman year for the Pioneers. Another ball hit to the opposite field. That sends Gage Hoover back, and he's twirling around, does a 360. A ball hits his glove and comes out. Davis trying for third, and ball's cut off. Throw is late to third base. Charlie Davis gets on. I believe that one's going to have to be an E7. Hoover turned to his left and then had to come back around to his, looking over his right shoulder as that ball was tailing toward the corner off the left-handed bat by Davis, who's now gone opposite field twice. Blake Merwin looks at a called strike. Infield playing in. Coach McGuire working on some defensive alignments as well. It's the right call if you're trying to win a game. Not that that's the final it's the last thing that Coach McGuire wants to do. He would like to win, but he's also trying to prepare his team for the spring. Eatman ahead, and we'll get a look at an outside fastball there. Ball 2 strikes to Merwin, who is 1 for 3. Singled and scored, drove in a run. Ball gets away from Falsoni, and a flip to Noah Eatman, who tagged Charlie Davis, but umpire ruled that Davis got in under that tag by Eatman on the wild pitch. So Columbia State gets the run back that Fall State scored in the top of the inning. Unearned run as Davis reached on the air. Tapper toward first base. Eatman over to cover. Brody Melton underhands to the pitcher for out number 2. Strikeout to lead off the inning, and then a 3-base error for Charlie Davis. Wild pitch, and now a ground out to first base. Jackson Diamond steps in. 2 out and nobody on. Diamond is 1 for 3 as well. It's popped out twice to Brody Melton at first base, 1 in fair territory and 1 in foul territory, and singled to the right side in the third. Columbia State scored 4 runs in the bottom of the third. Now so far 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. We're scheduled for 7 innings here at the TCCAA showcase. Last year this event was at Lipscomb University in Nashville. Has moved to Middle Tennessee State University. little closer to the middle of the stake. Another MGM Industries foul ball off to the right side. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on. Just noticed on the scoreboard they even have exit velocity here on. It's a lot for me to keep up with, I know that. But they don't show hits. 2-2 pitch is grounded to short. Plummer stays down and collects, throws over to Melton for out number 3. Good inning for Eatman, an unearned run and a strikeout. He'll pitch the 7th as well. With a 5-1 lead for Columbia State. We'll go in, even if the Pioneers don't score 4 or 5 runs here in this inning, we'll still go to the bottom of the 7th inning to get the pitchers the work that they need. We'll take a break, come right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Fourth pitcher of the game for Columbia State, Thomas Langford, come in and pitch the 7th inning. 6'3", 190-pound freshman from Fairview, Tennessee. Attended Fairview High School. He will face 3, 4, and 5 in the Pioneer lineup. Landon Luderman, Brody Melton, and Cannon Lewis. A right-hander, and first pitch is drilled down the right field line, but it will go foul. Luderman ready for that fastball. Came in at 86 miles an hour. Exit velocity of 103. Breaking pitch misses just outside. Luderman struck out in the first and lined out to second baseman Jackson Diamond in the 4th. Getting his 3rd plate appearance. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Pioneers with 1 hit in the ball game. Guess it could be a controversial hit. Columbia State might have ruled that an error, as that was a hard shot. One hopped right over the left shoulder of Charlie Davis down at 3rd base. Couldn't even get a glove on it. It was hit so hard. 1-2 pitch just misses outside, and Langford looks like he's having trouble with his lid. It's fallen off a couple times. Gonna need a bobby pin here too. Slow curve gets Luderman out front. Landon ends up 0 for 3 for the day. Brody Melton also 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. First pitch swinging Melton. That probably looks like it could get out of play. Hits into the grassy area, and a very energetic umpire gets on that one. He's waiting in the wings to get his time out on the field. Training for umpires as well. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Melton down in the count 0-2. Hit a long foul ball down the left field line in his last plate appearance. Hit on top of a block building. It's right behind the football field. Brody's been hot and cold this fall. Looking to get some consistency, and base hit right here will put him on a 1-for-3 trick. So he looks at a 2-ball and 2-strike count. It's one high and deep to left field. Back goes Merwin, and this ball has left the building, and Brody Milton, he cut first base short. He had to stop, go back, touch first base, and then round him, as he has just gone big fly for his second home run of the fall. Merwin started to go back, and then he just watched that one along with everybody else here. Cannon Lewis steps in. Second solo shot. Second hit of the ball game for full count. There's a breaking pitch, gets in there to Cannon Lewis, who's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out. So maybe an official score now that a definite hit would go back and rule Reggie Cooper's a for sure double. But as I said, there's no official scorer here. Langford misses with that slider, and wonder if he's thinking too much about losing that hat. 2-1. Goes to 3-1 to Lewis with Gage Hoover. It is Gage Hoover standing on deck. Foul just over the press box here. Full count Ministries, full count. Ball forward to Lewis, and he was thinking he was going to get rung up in that breaking pitch. First walk by Langford. Eli Henderson went 2 innings, gave up a hit, a run. It was earned, walked 2, struck out a batter. 11 strikeouts in the game so far for Columbia State of Vol State batters. Gage Hoover's one of those. He's 1 for 2, or 0 for 2, struck out and a ground out. Either Henderson needs a bigger hat or he needs a haircut. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to wear or put a couple of clips to hold that hat on. The girls might hold their visors on with some bobby pins, but drilled out to right field. Gage Hoover sends, I believe that's still Jackson Riedling back, and he'll make the catch. Going toward the warning track, but he was shy of it. That's 2 outs. Tyler Holsworth will step to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Walked and lined out to Riedling in right field. A star play there as he dove. If he misses that one, it's going to be 3 at least. Holsworth from Norcross, Georgia. Red shirt, medical red shirt a year ago after undergoing shoulder surgery in December. He was in the mix for a middle infield spot a year ago. Starts to put that elbow out there, and actually It will nick off of him for his 4th hit batter of the fall. It may have been one of those that umpire could have said, hey, you stuck that elbow out there. That's what it looked like from here, but umpire's a whole lot closer. Now 2 on and 2 out, 1 in on the solo home run by Brody Melton. Brings Corbin Overbay to the plate. This ball misses outside, and there's that lid on the ground. Reedley and Wright playing probably a little farther back than normal as that ball is popped up in the infield. Bo Culver at first base will make the catch. That will end the inning for the Pioneers. I said we will go to the bottom of the 7th, even though Pioneers will take the loss. They score 1 run on the home run by Brody Melton. They will leave 2 runners on base. 5-2, we'll head to the bottom of the 7th to complete Game 1 of the TCCAA Conference Tournament. I say that. I was going to say, didn't look like there was anybody taking the field, but Noah Eatman going out to get the baseball, so we will take a break. Be right back on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Head to the 7th, bottom of the 7th. In a showcase game. Got pitchers that are getting work in, and hitters also getting work. So even though the score is 5-2, Columbia State over Pioneers, game is scheduled 7 innings. We'll play both halves of the inning. And we'll give Noah Eatman his 2nd inning of work. He will face 4, 5, and 6 in Columbia State. First pitch swinging, Bo Culver fouls that one off. He's a redshirt freshman. 1 for 2. Singled and walked in his 3 plate appearances. Eatman delivers a breaking pitch that misses outside. Seven hits for Columbia State here in the game. 5 of them were in the 1 inning. That's popped up into center field. Reggie Cooper still out there for the Pioneers, and waiting and makes the catch. Another breaking pitch by Noah Eatman. He and Parker White, Caleb Pika, 3 of the 4 pitchers who have thrown today for Vol State. This breaking pitch gets in there to Gaddis Henley. Pika, White, Eatman, Caden Johnson, and Braxton Alexander, the 5 pitchers that are part of the full count discipleship group that meets weekly. 5 position players. See how many we got out there. Corbin Overbay and Drew Webster and Brody Melton, the right side, along with Cam Hodges. That ball gets away. Cam Hodges and Zach Zimmerly, the 5 position players that meet. One group meets on a Friday, one group meets on a Saturday. Chick-fil-A in Gallatin. Enjoying getting to know those guys. They're all second-year players with Vol State. So I got to know them last year as freshmen. Of course, Caden Johnson, freshman 2 years ago, sat out last year. Getting to know them in a little different setting than at the baseball field. Bunch of fine men, each of those 10 fellas. Henley 1 for 2, he singled and walked. We go to a full count. Ministries full count. And there's a strike 3 called on the inside corner. Noah Eatman will get a backwards K, and that's the second time that Henley has struck out today. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Stephen Bell, I assume, is listening in. He sent me a text and asking about the first part of the game that he missed. Good thing is, Stephen, you can actually go back and watch it. But I will recap it for you. First 2 innings, Caleb Pica, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Did leave the bases loaded in the second. Ebner Hernandez fouls the first pitch off, swings and misses. The second pitch. Trent Miller in the third had an inning that he would like to forget. 1 inning pitch, 5 hits, 4 runs that were earned. Did not walk a batter. Struck out 1, did hit a batter. So tough inning as the Chargers scored 4 runs in the third. It gave them the lead that they never relinquished. Even 0-2 pitch, misses down low, looks Falsoni. Keeps that one in front just in case Rodriguez decided to swing at it. Rodriguez 0 for 2. He had a soft line drive out to right field in his last plate appearance. Has also walked, or I'm sorry, been hit by a pitch. Hits another one to the right side. This one will get down in front of Reggie Cooper. It's the first hit given up by Noah Eatman in 6 batters. Stephen, good to have you on the broadcast and hope you're recovering well. Stephen Bell had a scary incident this past week at practice and had to spend the night in the hospital. Otherwise, he'd be out there in right field right now. Probably be 2 for 3 in the game. Young man from Ravenwood High School. Sophomore transfer from Alderson Broadus. Braxton Baird, who had a bunt single and a 2-run scoring single. Now down in the count 0-2. Eight hits now for Columbia State in the ball game. Said 5 in the third inning. Game 2 probably starts 30 minutes after this game finishes. Originally scheduled for 12:30. Motlow State will take infield practice before the game. Ball State will not. Throw over to first base. I wonder if that's Probably not Rodriguez anymore over at first. It might be the catcher. I didn't see if they put a pinch runner in. Braxton Baird fouls another one off to the left side. Columbia State wearing gray pants and their green fall uniform, probably their practice uniform. Motlow State also green, a little bit brighter green, as well as yellow. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Charger shortstop. Started at 73 degrees. Game time, we're up to 83 here in Middle Tennessee. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And Noah Eatman retires Braxton Baird, giving up only 1 hit in 7 batters, striking out 3. Columbia State takes this game from the Pioneers. Last season, a year ago, both the Pioneers won both of their games in the showcase. Will not happen today. Vol State will take on Motlow State in approximately 30 minutes. So come back and join me on that broadcast as well, as we are final here in game 1 of the Sunday triple header at MTSU. For Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying so long for now. Be back in 25 minutes or so for game 2 of the showcase. You've been listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. God bless you if you don't come back, and we'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody.